I was 13, you were grown, and by then I had already learned how much a child could survive alone. You turned my childhood into money, made a profit from my pain. But compared to what I knew at home, you almost seemed less dangerous. I did not fear you like my father. You seemed gentler next to him. That does not make the harm much smaller. It means my measure had been changed. I had learned that love meant suffering, that survival meant staying strong. Things that should have shocked a child had felt like normal for too long. Sometimes what a child accepts is only how she learns to cope. Sometimes she holds the story given because it leaves a little hope. 38 years later, you finally said I'm sorry. It could not give my childhood back or rewrite what you did to me. It could not empty out that hospital or place someone by my side. It could not change the way a child protected you while fighting for her life. But 38 years later, you finally named the truth, and something in that 13-year-old finally heard it come from you. Then came the gunshot in the night. You told me it was an accident. I woke beneath the hospital lights, 13 wounded and alone. They did not know if I would make it. Still I kept you out of prison. I held tightly to the explanation you had given me to hold. No mother waiting by my bedside, no footsteps rushing through the door. Still I worried what would happen to you, more than what had happened to me. That is how a wounded childhood moves the line of what feels wrong. I believe the word accident because worse it felt normal for so long. 38 years later, you finally said I'm sorry. It could not take away the scar or change that hospital story. It could not return the years I lost or make the past come right. But for once you carried your own truth instead of leaving me the lie. 38 years later, you said what I once needed to hear, and something in that 13-year-old knew the blame was never hers. Years later we had two sons, two lives I would never trade. They carried pieces of your blood, but barely knew your face. I raised them through the questions, through the absence and the years. I gave them all the steady love I once went searching for elsewhere. I can love the sons who came from us without calling our story love. They were never part of the darkness. They were the light I carried out. When you said that you were sorry, I did not know what I should feel. Part of me had waited decades just to hear you call it real. technology could not rescue her, but it finally stopped the love. 38 years later, you finally said, "I'm sorry." It could not give my childhood back, but it gave the truth its name. It could not undo the gunshot, it could not take away the scar. But for once you did not blame me for the things that broke my heart. I forgave you for my freedom, not because you earned relief. I would not let the harm you caused keep owning any part of me. 38 years later, I heard what I once needed to. You could not change what happened, but at last you said it was you. I was 13, I was wounded, I was alone, and none of it was my fault. My sons are not the darkness, they are the light. I carried out